Hi, Chesubire. Yes, Chesubire. Remember in the first episode, like episode 0, I explained that my name is Chesubire. It means hope expected. And we'll be talking about things that I love and things that I'm called to be part of, and just debunking a lot of things about Africa. So yesterday I was searching online, and I came across a video I did 6 years ago. Yeah, 6 years ago. So 6 years ago we did it's a seminar. It was supposed to be the first of many, but it was a one-day seminar called Dare to Dream. Dare to Dream at that point was the answer to a prayer that I had been making over my business to be able to take it to the next level and begin to do my own events. Then I was an eventier, and it was supposed to be a pivotal day, right? Because it was a class on helping people how to dream. Small class, about 30 people. And it was big for me because it was me stepping out into a place that I had always dreamt of, and that place coming to pass. It was an amazing event. I was pushed by a friend of mine from Nigeria. He's called Dr. Anderson. The process of it began by a conversation I had with Dr. Anderson, and he said, and I remember it vividly now, but I'd forgotten it until I watched the video again yesterday. He said, you must be a partaker of what you're putting on the table for others to be part of. Does that make sense? And I began to realize, as I look back today, there are things that I had dreamt about then that if I had not begun to commit them to paper and actually doing them, by now I wouldn't have become that, right? So today I want to begin a series called Dare to Dream. Dare to dream because very many of us look at our circumstances and we're stuck in that place because of who we are, where we are, what we have in our hands, what we feel about ourselves, what we don't feel about ourselves, and all that. And we will do this series because I believe as the continent of Africa, we need to begin to seriously dream. Dare to Dream will also follow under an umbrella I'm beginning to call the Africa series. So every so often I'll do a few videos and we'll have conversations around Matters Africa. Okay. Why Matters Africa? Because I feel for so long other people have told our story and we have never told our own story. Why Matters Africa? Because the African voice must now begin to tell the African story from the African perspective. I hope that makes sense. So as we do both of them, we will intersperse it, right, with scripture and stories from the Bible and real life stories and interactions that I've had with people. And I pray and hope that as we begin to think about Africa from our own perspective, and we begin to dream again about Africa and her possibilities and her abilities and our individual commitment to those places, then we will become the place that we must become. Please understand me, my people. The role of Africa is to be the launching pad and the answer to the questions of the world. I don't think it's a mistake that so many things for us have gone wrong. I don't think it's a mistake that people have told us how we should think about ourselves. But I believe that we're now in the season where Africa must understand who she is, why she was created, and become that. And if you become that and I become that and each of us is doing our part, I promise you, it will be worth the effort to become Africa. And by the way, it's Africa with a K. None of our vernaculars had a C in them, ever. It is Africa with a K. A-F-R-I-K-A. So join me on Dare to Dream, Stories of Africa.